Hey everyone, today I'm going to give you a quick overview of a game called Forbidden Island. This is a cooperative game for 2 to 4 players. Let me show you what I have going on. This is the island here, and these tiles just came out randomly to make the island. And you'll see on it that there's some light gray tiles. And these ones have already been flooded, and I'll explain how I did that in just a second. Over here I have it set up for 2 players, so I have a red player and a green player. And they each start off with 2 random resource cards. At the bottom we have our treasures. And this is what we're trying to find in the game. And we're trying to find these 4 treasures and get off the island before it sinks completely. Over here we have what's called the flood deck. And this tells us what tiles are flooded. So to begin the game, there's 6 cards that I randomly picked. And so that's why on the board we have 6 tiles that are flipped over. So we have the iron gate here, for example. So I flipped it over because one of the cards were drawn. And it just shows that this is flooded at the moment. And this is the resource deck. And this will help us find the treasures. And this is the scale that shows us how many flood cards we draw. So I have it set up at 2 right now, which is fairly simple, but you can see it can get pretty nasty. And once you get up here, you automatically lose. So the object of the game is to try to find those 4 treasures and get back here. All the players have to get back to this helicopter pad, and they have to play a helicopter card and get off the island. If they do that, you win. If you cannot get back here, you lose, or if a player is kind of stuck or abandoned somewhere, you'll lose the game as well. Also, this is sort of a timer, this deck here, once the deck runs out and you still haven't found the treasures, you lose. Okay? On your turn, you can do 3 different things. One of the things you can do is move. So the red player here, he's the first player, he can move 1, 2, or 3 spots. You can't go diagonal, but you can go any other direction. Is one of the things you can do. Another thing you do if you're on a flooded tile, like Coral Palace here, it's flooded, is that you can flip it back over. It's called shoring up. So I can do that. So I'd be 1 to move and 1 to flip it up, and I can move for 1 more spot, for example. Another thing you can do is if we were in the same spot, and let's say these 2 guys are here, the red player can give the green player one of his cards. So you can see he's got a, whatever that is, some sort of a globy thing there, but he can give it to the green player, and now the green player has 2. Once you have 4, you can now go find the treasure. So let's just say, for example, the green player does have all 4 of these cards. If we come back here, we see that this one here has that little symbol there, and this one has the same symbol. So if he has all 4 cards, the green player has to get to here or here and hand in those cards, and then he would get that treasure and hand in those cards. Now you only have a hand limit, I believe, of 7 to have. And so once you're done that, once you're done your moving and your actions and your shoring up, what you do is you come over here, you look at this is 2, so you do 2 more cards. You go flip, so that is the silver gate, which is here, so you flip that over. That means it's flooded. And Fool's Landing, which is our helicopter. Now, if we ever lose this tile, our helicopter pad, we automatically lose as well because we can't get off the island, okay? So if we ever draw that Fool's Landing card again, this tile will come off, and it's gone forever. All right? And then what you do is you draw 2 cards from the resource deck. Now again, these are how you're going to get your treasure cards together. So, draw 2 cards. So here we have that goblet. But here we have what's called a water rise card. And what this does is it moves that scale up. So now from now on, we got to draw 3 cards. We take all the cards that have been flooded. We give them a quick shuffle. And then they go back on top of the deck. So there's a very good chance that some of these tiles that are flooded are now we're going to lose it. And what's going to happen as the game goes on, you will in fact start losing tiles, and the island will get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, like that. So now in this example, as I'm showing you, let's say that the flame treasure there has not been found yet. There's 2 tiles that have the flame on it. One's already gone. And if we lose this one, then we automatically lose the game because we cannot get the flame treasure. And so the game just goes back and forth like that. You're going to be moving, shoring up, you're going to be drawing cards, trading cards, and trying to get those treasure cards. And that's about it. That is the game. It's very, very lighthearted. This is a great family game. When I started getting into gaming, we started out with a lot of competitive games, and I found there's always some hurt feelings and stuff like that. And this kind of a game is great for families to work together and to kind of plan out. It works good with younger players as they kind of make decisions and try to problem solve and stuff like that. So it's really good. We also have off the internet. I've got different. The map layout I showed you was a standard one. There's other ones that you can make. I got off the internet. You can make different configurations. So that is Forbidden Island. If you're interested, let me know. I'll bring it to the table. Thanks.